The late afternoon light spilled across the dining table where Jenny Larson sat, her laptop open to a client's email she hadn't answered yet. At 34, a single mom in suburban Denver, Jenny balanced her work-from-home bookkeeping business with raising her son, Noah, and keeping their small home running. Dishes from last night's tacos sat in the sink, and Noah's soccer gear was still by the door, but Jenny's mind was elsewhere, lost in the sting of last Thanksgiving, when her sister, Melissa, unraveled her carefully guarded secret. For years, Jenny had built an $8 million fortune through grit and smart investments, all while living in the shadow of Melissa, her parents' golden child. That night, when Melissa found Jenny's financial records and exploded at the dinner table, everything changed. Jenny could still hear Melissa's voice, sharp with envy, accusing her of hiding her wealth. The memory of her parents' stunned silence cut deep, stirring up a childhood of being overlooked. As Jenny glanced at a photo of Noah on the fridge, she felt a mix of pride and pain. Her secret had kept her safe, but it was time to step into the light, for herself and her son. Growing up in a modest Denver neighborhood, Jenny always felt like the invisible sibling next to Melissa, who was 2 years older and seemed to glow in their parents' eyes. Melissa was the star. Her piano recitals packed the house with relatives, her artwork framed on every wall. Jenny, meanwhile, faded into the background. She remembered her 10th birthday, when her parents forgot until dinner time, offering a quick, "Sorry, hon," and a grocery store cupcake while planning Melissa's Sweet 16 bash. Jenny's science fair wins or stray-day report cards earned a pat on the head, but Melissa's B in drama got a family celebration. The family photo albums told the story. Page after page of Melissa's dance costumes, prom dates, and graduation smiles, with Jenny barely a shadow in group shots. Christmas mornings were the same. Melissa unwrapped new phones or sparkly earrings, while Jenny got notebooks or socks. "You're our practical girl," her mom would say, not seeing the hurt in Jenny's eyes. Only her grandma, Ellen, saw her truly, whispering over tea. "You're strong, Jenny, like a quiet river carving its own path." Those words became Jenny's anchor, teaching her to find worth in herself when her family couldn't. High school was a quiet rebellion for Jenny. While Melissa soaked up attention with her cheerleading and boyfriends, Jenny buried herself in math and economics, finding comfort in numbers that didn't play favorites. She worked weekends at a local bookstore, saving every penny in a secret account her grandma helped her open. "Money's your freedom, sweetheart," Grandma Ellen said, handing her $20 to start. Jenny tracked every cent in a worn journal, dreaming of a life where she didn't need anyone's approval. When college acceptance letters came, Melissa's rejection from her dream school dominated family dinners, while Jenny's full scholarship to a top finance program went unnoticed. "Don't forget to call," her dad said as she packed her beat-up car for college, no party or fanfare. Driving away, Jenny felt a knot of sadness, but also a spark of freedom. College was her chance to be seen, not as Melissa's sister, but as Jenny with her own dreams. She worked 3 jobs, cafeteria shifts, tutoring, and freelance bookkeeping, living in a cramped apartment with secondhand furniture. Every spare dollar went into investments, small at first, but guided by a professor who saw her talent and pushed her to think bigger. After college, Jenny landed a job at a small investment firm, her days filled with market analysis and late-night research. While her peers partied, she studied trends, living in a tiny studio and eating ramen to save more. Her first big win came at 25. A risky bet on a biotech startup that soared, turning her $10,000 savings into $50,000. That victory fueled her confidence, and she poured herself into bolder moves, always cautious, but never afraid to trust her gut. By 30, her portfolio hit $1 million, a quiet milestone she celebrated alone with a glass of cheap wine. She never told her family, who still saw her as the boring sister. Melissa, meanwhile, bounced between jobs and boyfriends, always leaning on their parents for rent or car payments. During rare family visits, Jenny listened to Melissa's latest drama, a failed boutique, a bad breakup, while her own life stayed unspoken. "Still doing numbers, huh?" her dad would say before asking Melissa about her new yoga class. Jenny's friends became her family. Her college roommate, Sarah, who hosted game nights, her neighbor, Mrs. Kim, who shared kimchi and stories, her colleague, Mark, who cheered her every win. They saw the Jenny her parents missed, and that was enough. When Grandma Ellen passed away, leaving Jenny $50,000, she invested it in 3 green energy startups, a move her colleagues called crazy, but her research proved right. 2 years later, those investments ballooned to $800,000, pushing her net worth past $5 million. She bought a cozy 3-bedroom house, telling her family it was a rental to avoid questions. "It's cute," her mom said once, oblivious that Jenny owned it outright. Jenny's life stayed simple. Her old car, thrift store finds, no flashy vacations. But she found joy in quiet giving, anonymous scholarships for kids like her, donations to local libraries, funding for cancer research after Mrs. Kim's diagnosis. Keeping her wealth secret wasn't just about privacy. It was about protecting herself from a family that might only see her for her money. Still, doubt crept in at night. Was she wrong to hide it? Would sharing change anything, or just make Melissa resent her more? Jenny pushed those thoughts aside, locking her financial papers in a safe after a close call when her mom nearly found a bank statement during a visit. Thanksgiving loomed, and Jenny almost skipped it. The thought of another holiday watching Melissa shine while she faded into the wallpaper was exhausting. But something, maybe a need to face the past, made her say yes. She packed thoughtful gifts, a cozy blanket for her mom, a history book for her dad, a spa voucher for Melissa. Driving her trusty Honda to her parents' house, she braced for the usual. Melissa's new car in the driveway, her parents fawning over her latest story. Inside, Melissa's husband, Greg, lounged with a beer, tossing out a smug, "Here's the money expert." Melissa laughed. "She's just good with budgets, not real cash." Jenny bit her tongue, setting out her gifts, but noticed Melissa lingering near her bag in the guest room. "Just checking the pillows," Melissa said, her smile too tight. Jenny's stomach twisted. She'd left her financial planner in her purse with notes on her $8 million portfolio. Had Melissa seen it? At the dinner table, surrounded by turkey, stuffing, and her mom's famous pecan pie, Jenny felt the tension build. Melissa's questions grew pointed. "So, Jenny, you ever work with big investors? Like millionaires?" Jenny deflected, but Melissa's eyes gleamed with something new. Envy. As dessert was served, Melissa slammed her fork down, silencing the table. "When were you going to tell us about your $8 million, Jenny?" she shouted, waving a photocopied page from Jenny's planner. The room froze. Her mom dropped a spoon. Her dad's face went white. "You've been hiding this while I struggle, while Mom and Dad scrape by to help me." Melissa's voice broke, tears smearing her makeup. "You're a liar, hoarding money while we beg," Greg chimed in. "Selfish, that's what you are." Jenny's heart raced, anger at the invasion, hurt at the accusations, but also a strange calm. "I earned every penny," she said, voice steady. "Years of work, saving, sacrificing, while you took handouts." Melissa stormed out, Greg trailing, leaving a stunned silence. Jenny's aunt whispered, "Good for you." But her mom's voice was sharp. "Why keep it secret, Jenny? That's not family." Her dad just stared, clutching the crumpled paper. In the kitchen later, Jenny faced them. "I hid it because you never saw me," she said, years of pain spilling out. "Melissa was your world. I built mine alone." Her dad's eyes softened. "We failed you, Jenny. I'm sorry." Her mom bristled but stayed quiet, the truth sinking in. The weeks after were a whirlwind. Melissa's texts swung from begging for money to accusing Jenny of jealousy. "You owe me," she wrote, listing her debts. Jenny held firm. "I love you, but I'm not your bank." Her mom tried to play peacemaker, suggesting Jenny help a little, but her dad surprised her, meeting her for coffee to learn about her work. "I missed so much," he said, notebook in hand, asking about stocks like a curious kid. "A health scare," Her mom's early-stage cancer diagnosis brought them closer as Jenny drove her to appointments, their talks turning honest. "I didn't know how to reach you," her mom admitted. "You were so strong." Jenny replied, "I needed you too." Melissa, meanwhile, got a steady job, her calls less desperate, more real. Jenny started living her wealth, renovating her home, taking Noah to Europe, starting a scholarship fund in Grandma Ellen's name for kids who felt invisible. Therapy helped her untangle the hurt of being the lesser child, teaching her to let go of old patterns. At her dad's next birthday, the family felt different. Melissa shared her own news without dominating, and her parents asked Jenny about her foundation with real pride. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. Jenny learned that her wealth wasn't just money. It was the courage to be seen, to claim her place, and to build a future where Noah would always feel valued.